Hey guys, Joe Deary, Powerful Improvements, Putnam, Connecticut. It is Wednesday, January 8th, and it's ridiculously freezing cold this week. We are shut down for this week and probably all of next week, and we're slowly making a few upgrades in here. Today, Lauren and I went for a little field trip up to Raynham, Mass. to visit my friend Derek McGovern. And we picked up a couple of Boyd's fuel tanks from him that he bought a season or two ago, brand new, never been used, never installed. These are beautiful, beautiful aluminum fuel tanks. This one's an 11-gallon Boyd's tank. Nice billet machined cap on this thing. Again, perfectly clean, never been used. Mechanical fuel gauge. One lift tube here. This one has a gravity fed bung in it also, with little feet, little tabs, never been drilled. Perfect condition. This is what they call a rollover vent to vent the tank. The cap is not vented. And then this one is a 26-gallon tank. She's beautiful. Look at that. This came from Panhandle originally. He bought these again brand new about a year ago. Never installed them. Perfectly unused and clean. Brand new rollover vent, mechanical gauge. And this one has two lift tubes on it and no bung on the bottom. So this one is going on my truck. That one I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but he gave me such a good deal on it. I couldn't leave it there. I may put it on the Scout. We do have a faulty fuel tank on the Scout, and it would fit very nicely right in the back corner over there, right up against the bulkhead. So I don't know. But this one is gonna go on my truck over here on the other side and replace this red boat tank, which of course is gonna go back on my little fishing boat. It is almost the same size as a toolbox, height and width. It's a little bit shorter, a little bit narrower. It's gonna fit right up against here and come literally right to the edge where I have my vise now. Very likely gonna move the vise over an inch or two just to give me a little bit of room in there. We're gonna have a 26-gallon tank here. And the reason I'm doing that, this 11-gallon tank is fine, but I go through about 5 or 6 gallons a day, every day. So this tank doesn't quite last me 2 days. I'm just not sure when I go out on the second day if I'm gonna have enough fuel. So I wind up fueling up nearly every single day. That 26-gallon tank is probably gonna have me fueling up every third day, which in effect saves me a lot of time each morning, like 15, 20 minutes at the gas station or traveling to the gas station and filling up once or twice a week. I'm looking at that upgrade probably saving me 30 to 45 minutes of fueling up time per week, every single week for the entire season. And you start to do the math on that, and purchasing the bigger tank makes a lot of sense. The other thing we're gonna do is add a mechanical pulse pump to feed this MoFlow. This tank is too small, doesn't last all day, and if I have to stop and fuel up constantly, that's gonna frustrate me, make a mess, waste time, etc. I'm not sure where I'm gonna install the pulse pump yet, but you guys may or may not know how these work. I'm gonna do a video on it. I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna place it. It's gonna be maybe somewhere in here, maybe on here, something like that. But this is gonna replace the gravity feed tank. On this particular machine, the 390, the fuel hose is exposed well enough that I'm installing a 3-way valve in here, much like I have on this 390, see? So this one, if I hook a fuel line up here, I can choose to draw from the big tank or switch it over and draw from the little tank. So we're gonna set this one up over here the same way. We're gonna choose to draw from the big tank. If we happen to have a problem, if this fails or the big tank runs out, this one would then be able to be used as a reserve tank just by turning the valve. So we're not gonna discontinue this. We're basically gonna bypass it with a 3-way, feeding the big tank with a pulse pump. And that's gonna be pretty slick. I still haven't plumbed this. Again, just too cold. Flow Pro going in here. Bought myself some various different size whip lines so that I don't have to worry about things as I start to build. And of course, my new downstreaming proportion, or from Midwest, is going into play. And this is going to go right in this area here, and that's going to be beautiful. So I'm excited to do a few things, but it's got to warm up a little bit. But this was a very productive field trip today with Lauren. I'm very excited to get this tank. I'm going to clean it up just a little bit, not too much, because you know I'm going to beat the crap out of it anyway. And it's going to get dirty within a day or two of use. So it'll just get cleaned up a little bit and installed, and we'll start running it. You guys have a great day. I got to get on a power hour call with a guy from Chicago here in a few minutes. If that's something you think you want to do, text me Power Hour 860-942-3855. We can talk at length about whatever you want. Have a good day.